Hello everyone and welcome to another scintillating episode of AutomaTitan Abridged. I am AutomaTitan and I've been unceremoniously dragged out of hell, so I suppose I'd best make another video. Well, can you blame me? You let the root of all chaotic evil sleep on the sofa. Whatever. Where is he anyway? There's a dread god in the garden. What is he doing? What, with a pine cone? Has he turned into a basset hound or what? Fine, alright then. In this month's exciting installment...
Sup, bitches?
Jesus, don't creep up on me like that! Well, you look different, and unprecedentedly expressive, all of a sudden.
I had a pedicure.
Right. Well, anyway, everyone shut up now. I want to get the video done.
Can I watch?
Fine, but keep quiet and don't put me off. Right, are we all quite finished? Good! Thank you. In today's exciting installment, I become a glorious and loved hero in Fable Anniversary. Subtitle guy? Shut up and play the flashback. My journey towards being the world's greatest hero began many moons ago, when I was but a wee titanling. It was my sister's birthday, in fact. I've got a sister. Her name's Teresa. Whatever. The reason this started on my sister's birthday is because, oh no, I forgot to buy her a present. Subtitle guy? Stop dropping spoilers! I mean, nothing. Anyway, look, I forgot her birthday present, but I was about to get a reprieve, because the next thing I knew, the entire town was on fire. I existed. Seriously, the bandits who razed Oakvale to the ground were specifically looking for me. They didn't find me though, for I am a master in the ways of the stealthy shadowy stealth shadow. Yes! Alright, fine, I hid behind a fence. Not as such, no. Still, it barely mattered, since an old man rocked up to come and take me away from all of this.
Not safe here. They're all dead.
No, not like that, you diseased baboon. He came to take me to the Heroes Guild, where I'd devote my time to becoming the greatest hero. What? Where I'd devote my time to becoming the second greatest hero. So with nary a second to mourn the death of my family, I was whisked away to a new life of, well, I want to say adventuring, but mainly it involved training by way of punching a straw man in the balls. I think the guildmaster was disappointed though, about the fact I was doing literally nothing to it. So he gave me a stick to twat it with, and I'll tell you what, my stick was better than bacon. Just because you can't use my stick, it might just be a stick, but using the stick I destroyed that straw man.
These orbs contain the knowledge gained from killing.
I mean, yeah, okay, I'll grant you, that's easy mode. Has anyone ever actually lost a debate to him?
Now pick it up.
Well, anyway, I got to fight live combatants next because the guildmaster sent me to a forest to deal with some insects. Oi! They were big bugs. The guildmaster even complimented me on my stickmanship. What? That is not funny! You stay the fuck out of this! Time skipped forward a bit after that, and the guildmaster had me swap out my stick with what he called a real weapon. I didn't want to disappoint him, so I took the sword, but, well, I couldn't help but feel like I was betraying a friend. You shut your whore mouth and show my only friend some respect! Anyway, look, the reason I had to use the sword is because today we were going to be practicing actual combat. I was thrust into the ring with my roommate, a complete dickhole called Whisper, who, on my first day at the guild, made me feel like absolute shit for needing a place to stay. Oh, I'm sorry, Whisper. It's not like my entire town was razed to the ground, and my entire family either murdered or kidnapped or anything. She never called me Titan either. I was just farm boy to her. Anyway, the guild master ended the fight before I could kill her, but don't you worry, her destiny was still very much to die by my hand. Why are you so crotchety and mean? Look at my stick, bitch! After the melee I moved on to do some archery, which I wasn't fond of, and then I was taught how to do Sith Lightning! Don't throw moral quandaries at me like that! Fuck you! Time skip. This time though, I ended up at my final exam, facing off in glorious melee against the old man who saved my life and kidnapped me. How many times? It's not Gary Glitter, his name's Maze. Anyway, it would have been in glorious melee if the dodgy old fart had actually fought back instead of just blocking all the time, before getting bored about a minute in and telling me it passed. Yes, this was the test that proved to the guild I was ready to take on quests. Not necessarily. It was time to take on the first real challenge in my quest to become the ultimate hero, the Wasp Queen. She was massive, dude. Well, this Karen was a massive wasp, and I couldn't stab her, so there was only one thing I could do. Nope. Lightning up the vagina. Whatever. I cooked her alive and nicked her head as a trophy. Yay. So back to the balding mage who teleported me away from Fiery Doom so that he could give me a rumour about my sister. Fuck you, next quest. And this one involved me either protecting or attacking a farm. No, not at all. No. Okay, I might have attacked the farm. A bit. Yes. I, also did it naked. Because Whisper was defending the farm, and that bitch keeps calling me farm boy. I'm not your average hero. Anyway, I kicked Whisper's ass without taking any damage, and then walked back to the guild with my dick swinging in the wind, so that my reputation preceded me. So, having bested Whisper in combat, I returned to the guild, picked up a new spell, and made my way to my quarters where I took a nap. Well, I started to take a nap, but someone considerate arsehole, and yes, before you ask, it was Whisper, challenged me to an all-you-can-eat murder contest, where we'd have to go around and kill Subtitle Guy's people. I mean the Hobbs. They're rotund little fuckers. No, the word I used was rotund. Shouldn't have implied in last month's video that I was a fat, pizza-obsessed fuck, should you? Go on then, enlighten us.
He's kinda got you back to rights there.
Why don't you fuck off and earn some rent money, cowboy? Moving the fuck on. The next quest involved helping some traders get across Darkwood Forest. Yes, it's the gamer's best friend, the escort quest. Although, how taxing could it be, really? It was just a stroll through some woods, full of Balverines, that had a temple for doing human sacrifice. On the plus side though, there was also a bordello, which, I might add, I didn't go to. I didn't. I've been paid to make sure the trainers were safe, so I was bloody making sure they stayed safe. I have this thing called professional pride, you know. Well, whatever. I got the wandering merchants to safety, and then had a wander myself over to the nearest town. And would you believe it? It was Oakvale. No, I was too busy avoiding Maze, because I had more pressing matters to attend to. Bordello. Yes, because I now owned the bordello. Well, therein lies a tale. Tough. It involved me getting a glorious pimp hat from behind a magical talking demon door, which would only open if I did 10 shaggings with my new employees, and told him what it was like. They're not the only ones, because my next job was to go and find the man who hired all those half-witted bandits to burn my village down. According to Maze, the dude's name was Twin Blade. No, Twin Blade. Don't worry, you'll note there that I said his name was Twin Blade, past tense. Since none of his dudes went to Specsavers, I nicked one of the uniforms and wandered through his camp without a single one of them noticing I wasn't Wee Mad Dave. Anyway, I found the big dual-wielding bastard, and it turned out that I had to challenge him to a round of Mortal Kombat in order to get a chat with a blind precognitive big called the Cirrus. So, I tested his might, but before I could finish him off, the Cirrus appeared, and you'll never guess who she was. It was my Will you stop fucking doing that? You undermine the drama of my reveal. Can I at least say what she did?
I need an adult.
Stop stealing my fucking lines! Oh, and for the record, this is why I don't let you do the commentary. You missed out the entire info dump she dropped on us.
For all the birthdays I've missed,
Yes.
runs in our family.
Fine. I shanked him and went back to Oakvale. Oh yes, and while I was there, I found something that would replace my pimp hat. It called to me with its siren song. No, like the Hat of Dave! It is a thing, and I'm fucking wearing it! Annoyingly, word of the Hat of Dave got back to Maze, and so he had 2 requests from me. The first was to remove the Hat of Dave. The other was to go and find one of his friends who'd got sort of accidentally misplaced. Now, let's address the big fat Balverine in the room. Yes, he could have gone and looked for his mate himself, but you see, this is an RPG, and as we all know, RPG characters are completely fucking incapable of doing anything for themselves when there's a chosen one in town. Anyway, I'm not a bitter person, so I trudged off to where he'd last been sodding seen and asked to possess sodding door to let me through and find the dorsey prick. I wasn't bitter, yet. I was about to be though, because the dick door would only open up if I said its name. Well, would you believe it? The only dude who knew the door's name was stationed at the Temple of Avor, and in exchange for that little tidbit of information, the cheeky fucker wanted a rare gemstone. So I gave him a diamond, and then the cheeky bastard had the nerve to tell me that a diamond, a fucking diamond mind you, wasn't a rare gemstone, a fucking diamond, but the much more common ruby. Yeah, that was a rare gemstone apparently. Anyway, he told me the door's name and pissed off on his way. Fuck no, the thieving bastard kept my fucking diamond and shanked his nipples in. Well, that was cathartic. But time waits for no man, so back to the door I went to speak the magical word. Hits. Its name was Hits. Pretty much. Still, boom, finally found Maze's friend. And he wasn't happy to see me, because I was putting him in danger. Well, anyway, he left his hidey hole and did a runner, so that was really worth my time. So I dealt with it in the best way I knew how. I had a nap, and then went back to the guild where they gave me a quest in the place I'd literally just walked back from.
Glade is under Balverine attack. Check the map table for the quest card.
Fine, I'll go kill the white Balverine. No. No. Look, imagine a Balverine covered in metal with spikes on it. Well, that is how the white Balverine do. So I challenged the edgelord beast to a fight by way of sneaking up on him and repeatedly stabbing him in the chuffer. Yeah, it summoned backup as well, so it was a proper fight. Certainly a better fight than the one Twinblade put up. Didn't help it in the long run though, especially not after I lopped its head off and took it back to the village elder with me, for that is how we do, at least with white Balverines and other assorted edgelord beasts. My reward? He decided to sponsor me in the arena. Of course, this meant I had some prep work to do, to get ready for my big gladiatorial debut, and that prep work involved wandering back to my bordello. Whatever, I needed money you see, so I hung out there for a bit, socialising with my ladies while they turned a profit for me.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Nope, this is me not rising to it, because I took those profits and bought myself the armour of overpriced glory. To be fair, I didn't get it all from the bordello. I got a big chunk of it from the rest of my property portfolio. No, I own 4 houses in Oakville, 3 of which I rent out. Oh, I got all the homeowners together for some peaceful negotiations.
Ah, there is an important quest.
Some of them,
Guild.
yeah. Honestly, I'm not sure. I got a bit axe happy. Anyway, I still had money left over after snagging the armour of overpriced glory. So I took a trip over to the Temple of Avo and donated a whopping 50 grand, which was purely an act of kindness, and not because I wanted the giant murder club of holy and righteous twatting. What? Does that count for sins I haven't done yet? Well, you remember the other temple? The one in the forest? That's the one. Well, I became such a fantastic patron of that temple that they gave me a bow. I didn't ask. Not as such, no.
Sup, bitches? Well, duh. It's made of... Oh, Titan, you vacuous little flashlight.
I don't want to know.
It's made of the perineum of every poor bastard you sacrificed.
Moving swiftly on. Can I get on with the story? Not happening. You're wasting your own time. Fine, my bow is made of taint. And so, with my bow of taint, the giant murder club of holy and righteous twatting, the armour of overpriced glory, and my frankly fucking awesome pimp hat, I entered the arena where I would face off against all manner of creatures, one glorious and adored hero against the world. 5. Wait, the bandits count? 6 then, starting with wasps and hobs. Alright, clever bollocks. Besides, there was a difference between this fight and earlier, because in this fight, I had a teammate. Unfortunately, it was Whisper. I regret getting you into Dark Souls. You're ruining my favourite catchphrases. I hate you. The point is that no, it wasn't jolly cooperation, because the stropping bimp was next to useless, and the only reason she wasn't all the way useless was because she distracted one of the trolls that rocked up while I shanked his mate, and then the cheeky cow took half the credit. That really didn't sit right with me, so when Jack of Blades demanded we fight to the death in a super secret surprise bonus round, I was fucking in. Now, I should point out that Whisper told me she couldn't kill me, and that we were there to put on a good show, and she was right, we were, but, well, we had different ideas on what a good show actually entails. And so, a nice friendly duel was had, but when her health bar got nice and low, it was time for me to enact my glorious and heroic plan. It was time for an old friend to make a triumphant return. Oh yes, the stick of better than bacon is back, motherfuckers. Only because you can't have my stick. And I killed her with it, thus proving that the stick of better than bacon truly is better than bacon. You say that like you would have let her live. Killing her netted me a bonus 10 grand. Yeah, that's what I thought. Once I'd killed Whisper and left the arena, I had a quick cutscene chinwag with the great Jack of Blades, where I found out that my mother is still alive. And then, after that cutscene, a bandit informed me that my big sister Teresa wanted a word with me. Oh, and Whisper's big brother was a bit miffed that I killed his sister. But really, her death was her own fault. She gave me shit when I first started in the guild, thus sealing her own fate. Also, the brother's name was Thunder, so I questioned the naming skills of their parents. Anyhow, I went to see my sister only to find out that it wasn't actually Twinblade who was behind the raid on Oakvale all the way back in Act 1. It was actually the hero of heroes, Jack of Blades. The gasp.
Dun dun dun!
It turns out the cheeky bugger had also been holding my mum prisoner since that night. They did kill my dad, yes. Don't start. Anyway, it was fine, because we needed a man in order to save her. Thankfully not, no. Remember Maze's archaeologist friend from earlier? Well, Jack's minions were after him, so he had no choice but to help me go and find Mum. And then she could reach inside me and unlock even more of my potential. What? Right. So with that being said, it was time to go hunt down the archaeologist who hated me. And he was in jail. And then he wasn't, because Jack's minions were in the process of kidnapping him. The guards put up a valiant effort to stop them, but what chance did they have after a certain event had thinned out their ranks? Might have been. Still, the chase was on, and as I was killing minions left, right and centre, some guards actually joined me to prove their worth. Come to finish, I had a crack team of 6 guards with me. I'm not evil, I'm a glorious and loved hero. See, I rescued the archaeologist. Cheeky fucker wasn't very grateful, mind you. He said that if it wasn't for me, he'd still be safe in his cave. Whatever, At least he told me where the prison entrance was, even if he didn't know how to open it. So that's something at least. So, off I went through a nearby graveyard to talk to the gravekeeper. Of course, when I found him, he was preoccupied with some shady dealings, namely, robbing the grave of a beloved hero so he could sell the shit therein to make a profit. I didn't confront him about it though, what was still needing his help to get into the prison and everything. Well, I say that, but all I actually needed him to do was introduce me to the skeleton of the beloved hero whose stuff he'd just nicked. As per usual, what with this being an RPG, he needed my help. Although, it's kind of fair enough in his case, since walking about would probably make his shin bones drop off. Anyway, he wanted me to get his gear back from the thieving bastard who just nicked it, so I did. No, actually. Yeah, a random undead one-shotted him before I could, so I took the gear back to Jack Skellington and he opened up the pathway that would take me to meet my dead mum, who secretly wasn't that dead after all. My mum was alive, and she was not happy to see me. What?
But it really is you, isn't it? What the hell were you thinking coming here? Don't you see he'll take us both? Never mind. We've got to get out of here. Get this damn cage open.
Oh, right. Because no Jack and Blades could capture me and this was a trap. I mean... Thanks, Mum. You just had to show me up in front of my friends, didn't you? Meh, fuck it. What were we talking about? Alright, trap. The phrase is banged up in the slammer, dude. No, I was not introduced to Mr. Big. Moving on. I don't know. Maybe this was a sign I should change my ways and become a good man. Didn't matter anyway, for I had a plan. Yes, indeed. I planned to sit in my cell and await the end of the world. Fuck you! I can be patient, just you watch. About 4.5 minutes. Anyway, look, none of this matters, because soon enough, the day came when my master plan would come to fruition. You see, every year, on his birthday, the warden would make the inmates race round like hounds for his amusement. I never saw him in a fursuit, no. He did something even worse. What? No, he took the winner into his office and made him listen to his shit poetry. But still, that was my chance at freedom, cause while he was orating, I could nick the key and get me and Mum out. You weren't there, dude. Trust me, I had to listen to it twice.
The ball. The spirited sparrow.
Don't you fucking say it.
As it doth fly above our dreary jail. None can harm
What
it,
the fuck ever.
not
The
even
point is that I got it on the second attempt, so it was time to get my ass out of poker, and since me and Mum were doing a runner, I let out all the other inmates as well, because I am a glorious and beloved hero. Not necessarily. And then there was a kraken. I got my gear back, busted us out, and then a kraken happened. It killed most of my meat shields before I managed to turn it into calamari. And with that done, we were finally free. I was able to breathe free air for the first time in 2 years, so it was time for Mum to reach deep inside me and unlock the rest of my hidden potential. I don't know. I was too scared to ask, but I absolutely, definitely needed an adult. But with that done, it was time for me to fulfill my destiny as a glorious and beloved hero, by which I mean it was time to go fight Jack the man who had been fucking me about for my entire life, and insert things into him stabby end first. So, step 1. Forge the path to the hut caused by pumping spooky scary skeletons full of lightning to power up a teleporter. Step 2. Arrived at an abandoned abbey to find a magical barrier I needed to get through, only to get a magic guild seal Skype call from my mum, who asked me to go back to the guild for a chinwag in Maze's quarters. Really not the time, Mum. Step 3. Arrived back at the guild just in time to see Jack's minions, who'd managed to get there first, kidnapping Mum. Again.
Don't forget the book.
Step 4. Began to suspect Maze might need to be added to the EA Activision Bethesda shit list. Step 5. Gave the guildmaster an arcane book that Mum shouted about while she was being kidnapped.
Today, she told me about the sword and the existence of a key to unlock it.
Shut the fuck up.
Succeed.
Step 6. Went back to the barrier and found that yes, Maze was indeed working for Jack.
Dun dun dun!
You're alive.
He had my sister Teresa trapped inside a magical barrier, and for super security, he tied her up as well.
I know. I had to tie her up. Jack is controlling.
Will you stop milking that joke?
I'm here. I'm trying to stop him.
It's barely even still comedy after you've done the same joke 4 fucking times.
No, she's trying to control. She's
Step 7. Jack rocked up, knocked me the fuck out, and stuck me inside a magic bubble. Also, he could nick a key and bugger off. This struck me as suboptimal. Step 8. Teresa busted me out of my magic bubble, presumably by using magic of her own, and then teleported her ass out of there, which meant that it was just me and you, Maze, mano a mano. You treacherous bastard. Let's do this. Step 9. So, he stun locked me and rinsed my health bar to within an inch of its life. It was fine. I could still eat beef and drink potions while I was stunned, so I just out-healed him. Yes. Pretty much, yeah. Step 10. Delivered the killing blow, and he turned into an Assassin's Creed boss with a 35-minute monologue on his deathbed. I'll admit, I zoned out for most of it, but I did wake up as he told me that Jack was going round Albion, activating focus sites so that he could open a portal and get his hands on the overpowered sword of eternal murder that is bizarrely not as good as my giant murder club of holy and righteous twatting.
to activate the focus sites all over Albion.
No, this is different.
The sword will be his, and it'll be too late.
I wasn't doing it in the name of world domination though.
They'll be trying to stop him. None of them can.
Whatever. The point is, I knew where Jack was going, and I had to follow him, because I was the only one who could bring his nefarious plan to an end.
We don't all
You
embrace
never have any faith in me.
easily.
Right then, what step have we got up to?
The only quest is to
Fine. Focus Site 1 was in Witchwood, but by the time I got there, the site was both activated and overrun by nasty shit, so I continued the pursuit through Jack's space hole,
Like he's done whatever he was doing.
which took me to Orchard Farm, and I got there too late again. What? This heroing is tiring work. Alright, fine. No, I didn't. Funny you should mention that.
Stop him!
So I did the only thing that any glorious and beloved hero could do in this situation. I went, screw you guys, I'm going home,
You must get to the
and
chamber of
fucked
fate
off
and
back to the guild. Which was on
you
fire.
received a new quest
You
card.
see, it's a funny story, but it turns out the guild headquarters was the epicenter of this entire shitstorm all along. Yes, but with more fire and less coughing up your own lungs. The thought had crossed my mind, yes. So into the Chamber of Fate I went, where Jack executed my mother. Dude, really? My mum's dead. This is not the fucking time. It was bad news for the entire world too, because in doing so, he managed to finally claim the overpowered sword of eternal murder that is bizarrely not as good as my giant murder club of holy and righteous twatting for himself. Also, he set the world on fire. So, he left me no choice. It was time for the world's second most glorious and beloved hero to fuck Jack's shit up. And I would have rinsed him within 12 seconds if the pathetic chicken shit mother-slaying wanker hadn't gone off to hide behind the shield. Fucking right, you sense insult. That arsehole made me do jogging, physical fucking exercise. He made me run all over fucking Albion just to mock me for being slow, and then he killed my mum before having the fucking nerve to hide behind the shield while his minions ran at me like the little fucking bitch he is. Well, I was having none of that, so I slaughtered his minions like animals, not just the men, but the women and children too, and since they were all dead, the cowardly little shit had no choice but to fight me one-on-one. It was good, I'll give him that. It was fast, and his sword could puke up magical bullshit, but it was no match for the chicken chaser, and he knew it. Me, I'm the fucking chicken chaser. Poor Jack. He launched himself into the sky thinking it would keep him safe from my giant murder club of holy and righteous twatting. But there was something he didn't know. I'd been preparing for this very moment. I drew forth the bow of taint, gave it an encouraging, almost romantic kiss,
Literally, what the fuck is wrong with you?
and rained down glorious and beloved death upon his countenance. Thus, vengeance was had. I had ripped and torn until it was done. And so, there was one final choice left to make. Should I kill my sister and keep the overpowered sword of eternal murder that is bizarrely not as good as my giant murder club of holy and righteous twatting, thus making me the most powerful being in all creation? Or should I resist its siren song and cast an instrument of evil into the void? No, I did not. I cast that sword back into the void from whence it came. Oh, there's a good reason. Teresa's canonically still alive in Fable 2 and 3, you see, and I want to do videos on them. So, the plot wouldn't make any sense without a massive retcon if I killed her.
Both where they belong now. Lost forever. It's time I found where I belong.
I was channeling my inner Peter Molyneux, yes. This is known. Why do you think I was self-isolating before it was cool? I was not. I could leave the house any time I wanted. They did, didn't they? Why did they do that? Why does everyone keep suggesting I'll cause the apocalypse? Yeah, in a Darksiders game, not the real world. I'm not a sodding SCP. Fuck you. Are you saying I'm a less appealing prospect than the coronavirus? Fucking charming. Well, since we're being all open with our feelings, if I'm self-isolating with anyone, I wish it was anyone but you. Well, maybe I will go outside. What? Why? Oh, absolutely. What? Like apart from my head getting stoved in with a polo mallet? The greater good of you not having to come up with any new jokes. Well, well, did I finally get you to admit that secretly, deep down, you actually like and respect me? Well, don't worry, big man, I'm going nowhere. If remaining indoors is what it takes to beat our enemy, that's what we do, even with him sleeping on the sofa. What are you thinking?
Did I do what? What are you suggesting? No, I did not. I'm the root of all chaotic evil, not the root of all galloping death lurgy.
Okay, fair point. Who did then?
Nature did. She's a stroppy tart. She's less Mother Nature and more Karen Nature.
Oh, so basically we now have an added impetus to stay at home and stop the spread of the disease then, because in doing so, we get to fuck over Karen Nature.
That's about the size of it, yes. Can't send a virus to see the manager when the manager's tucked up safe at home. Yes. I mean, sure, we know all the benefits of staying at home, like not overloading the hospitals and all that, but the real reason we're doing it is because we're flipping the plague off and shouting, "Fuck you, coronavirus!"
Damn right! How dare an uppity little packet of RNA think it can get the better of us? We are gonna kick it in the dick.
And how do we do that, you disgusting pile of entrails?
Play the fucking clip. Also that, yeah, you're not going to get the explosive shits for 12 weeks on the trot. Calm the fuck down. This is gonna be easy. We're gamers. We're used to doing whatever it takes to win.
I didn't choose you.
Shut your face and stop spoiling it. I don't know about you, but I feel better for getting that off my chest. Not gonna lie, feels nice to do an upbeat ending for once.
You don't even realise what you've done, do you?
What? We motivated people to stay in and avoid getting the Wuhan plague. Yeah, so what's your fucking problem?
In doing so, you have made this channel, the channel founded on incompetence and arguing, the channel that dropped an entire series because it might give useful consumer advice, do something positive and helpful.
Piss.